Okay, here we are. This is how to draw a world record car, number one. And this is the strangest car I've ever drawn, I'm pretty sure. But in 1906, this car set a world's land speed record that held up, making it the fastest car in the world, or fastest vehicle on land, for over 3 years. It was powered by a very small two-cylinder steam engine. And if you don't know what steam engines are all about and steam cars are all about, what they would do is they would burn gasoline or kerosene, and they would boil water inside a something like a steam kettle, and then it would take that steam under pressure and feed it to tops and bottoms of the cylinders. And what that would do would be to force them over, just like the explosion inside of a gasoline or diesel engine would. It would turn the pistons, and that would cause the car to move forward or backward, whichever way you wanted. These cars were amongst the first cars that were ever built. I mean, if you think of Gottlieb Daimler in the late 1880s, had the first first gasoline engine car, and this was not that much after that. So these were very early on in automotive history, and this car was fantastically fast. It did over 127 miles an hour at a time when cars just didn't go very fast, and the roads weren't able to do them either. This set a world's record on Ormond Beach, Florida, which is near Daytona Beach, Florida today. And this thing was just, it was so much faster than anything else at the time that, like I say, it held the absolute world speed record for over 3 years. And the next year they came back, they were going to try and break their own record. But unfortunately, the fellow who was driving it, Fred Marriott, hit a little sand dune or bump on the sand and went airborne, and the car crashed very badly, and he might well have been killed, but he was lucky enough to survive it. And the people who made this car, which were the Stanley brothers who built Stanley steamers, they decided that they didn't want to ever risk anybody else's life anymore just for a record attempt, so they gave up all forms of racing. I shudder to think what they would have done if they had kept doing that, because these cars could have been made into something really great, and who knows how fast we'd be with a car by now, a regular car that has an engine that puts power to the ground, instead of some rocket car or some jet car like we have today for world's records. Anyway, it's a very interesting car. I love old cars, and I love steam engines too, so I thought just for something totally different. You know, you may think this is crazy, but all of these cars led to the cars that we have today. All of the old cars, people tried different things, and they threw out things that didn't work well, or for whatever reason didn't perform up to the standard. And steam engines, unfortunately, took quite a long time to heat up in the morning, so you had to get up 15 minutes early or longer ahead of time before you could take off to go somewhere. And when the gasoline engines came up with the automatic starter, you start the engine up, and in 30 seconds it's warm enough to be able to drive away, or a couple minutes at most. So that really kind of killed the steam engine. And there were always stories about boilers exploding and people being killed, and all together it just kind of went out of favor. But this was, steam was the thing that made trains move. Steam was the thing that made ships move at the time. It was a very motive force that caused the Industrial Revolution. Whether you think that's good or bad, I happen to think it's good. And like I say, this just made it so that people got better cars in the long run. So we should honor the cars that are old too, because they're the ones that did it first. Anyway, you may not like it, but we'll be done with this pretty fast because it's a pretty simple car. It looks pretty much like a boat that's turned upside down, And I think that's probably very much of where the streamlining of the time came from. But anyway, we'll get this thing done, and I think you'll like it when we do get it done. It's very unusual. Just about done for today, but I hope to see you back here tomorrow. We'll put a lot more ink in this thing, and I'll get it done quickly, so I'll put you out of your misery. Thanks. Bye.